Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. BS first semester English. This is your online class of communication skill. Today we are going to conduct our very first lecture. But before that, I have to tell you that due to this pandemic condition, we are trying our best to provide you maximum facilitation to carry on your studies as far as possible. In this regard, we will definitely appreciate your best concerns so that we can make this activity quite useful and beneficial for you. So, I hope all of you will give us a very positive response and it will highly appreciated. So, let's start our very first lecture. And we will start to discuss from our vocabulary building techniques or how to develop your vocabulary. I have provided you notes related to this topic already, so we can read it and thoroughly and try to understand what points are being discussed in this related topic. As you can see on your screens, we have given 9 to 10 points. These are actually the techniques, the methods which we can use to develop or to enhance or to improve our vocabulary skills. First of all, this topic told us about what actually vocabulary is and what its meaning. You have to learn it very carefully. Maybe some questions might be asked for your objective paper from this topic, so you have to learn it very carefully. So let's come to the point and see what your notes are saying. First of all, this topic tells us about vocabulary development. The word vocabulary has been derived from a Latin word means vocable. It is a word composed of various sounds or letters without regard to its meaning. It may be further explained that vocabulary means a word especially with reference to its meaning. Vocabulary building plays an important role in developing effective and efficient. I'll address both effective and efficient reading. So vocabulary refers to all the words of a language or to the words used by a particular person or a group. It may be individual, it may be a group. It is also called word stock, lexicon, lexis. So you have to learn all these words as well. Vocabulary is a list or collection of the words or phrases of a language, technical field, etc., usually arranged in alphabetical order. Actually, this thing is concerned with dictionary skills. So if you will find out any word in any dictionary for their etymological purpose, for pronunciation purpose, for its meaning in mono languages, in bilingual languages, you have to consult a dictionary. So you will find these words in an alphabetical order in that dictionary. So let's come to the point that what is vocabulary development. Vocabulary development is a process by which people acquire words. Babbling is the very starting words when a child just start to produce the sounds. These are called the babble or babbling sounds. When babbling shifts towards meaningful speech as infants grow and produce their first words around the age of 1 year, it is a process, a rapid process, but a very slow process. In early word learning, infants build their vocabulary slowly but very rapidly. They are learning new words on a daily basis. So that's a rapid process but a very slow process. Learning or knowing a new word involves knowing its different shades of meaning, using different contexts, grammatical characteristics, pronunciation, and so on. All the things which are related to any languages are included in this topic. Thus, it does not mean learning a new word, but it means knowing its different shades of meaning. It can be its pronunciation, it can be its grammatical characteristics, it can be in use of different contexts, it can be meaning in other languages. So it has different shades of meaning. So the different purpose not only to learn a new word or a group of words, it's actually a whole process, a development. So next point is vocabulary enhancement methods. What methods can we use to enhance, to polish our vocabulary? Vocabulary development is not a difficult task. Yes, it's true, it's not a very difficult task, but it's a time taking task. You cannot learn 50 to 100 words in a day. It's a rapid process, it's a slow process. You have to learn maximum, for an average person, maximum 2 to 3 words, or for a good person, good learner, or an intelligent person, it's not more than for 5 to 6 words. So, but it's not a difficult task. Vocabulary building is an easy way to improve the power of writing. It makes writing tasks much easier. Vocabulary makes writing more effective and powerful. Whenever you will learn or knowing the new words you will use in your writing skill, definitely it will give you a very boosting effect. True, are many ways to improve writing vocabulary to communicate more clearly and concisely. These are the easy ways to improve and expand your vocabulary. The question is, why expand your knowledge and use of words? So its answer is, you will be able to communicate, whether it's in a speaking activity or in a writing activity. You will be more clear and concise. People will understand you more easily. You will be more communicative. You will put your points more easily. You will clear your points more effectively. Your arguments will be much more strong and beneficial, not for you but also for your people around you. And you will increase the perception or reality that you are an intelligent person. Besides, learning new word is a fun activity and one you can even do with the people around you. So in this way you will not only learn new words, even you will try to learn others the new words. So in this article we will review some techniques in which we can improve our vocabulary and we can learn new words. First of all is read and read. I hope all of you must have listened a word work. It means you have to do wholeheartedly, full efficiently all the work. So in vocabulary development we are using this phrase as read and read. The more you read, especially novels and literary works, but also magazines and newspapers, the more words you will expose to. But if you are studying out the novels and the literary works, definitely the standard of your language learning will also be improved. As you read and uncover new words, use a combination of attempting to derive meaning from the context of the sentence as well as from looking up the definition in a dictionary. So it will give you double skill, that you will not only learn to find out the meaning from the context, but also you will use how to use a dictionary skillfully. Next is keep a dictionary and thesaurus handy. Use whichever version you prefer, in print, in a software or online process. You can use it. We are living in a digital era, everything is on your fingertips, so it's much easier to carry a dictionary every time with you. When you uncover a new word, look it up in the dictionary to get both its pronunciation and its meaning. Next, go to the thesaurus. and find similar words and phrases in their opposites. In their opposites mean with their synonyms. Synonyms have same meanings. Antonyms with their opposite meanings respectively, and learn the nuances among the word. So the next one is use a journal. It is a good idea to keep a running list of a new word you discover so that you can refer back to the list and slowly build them into your everyday vocabulary. Plus, keeping a journal of all your new words and provide positive reinforcement for learning even more words, especially when you have already learned. Next one is learn a word every day. This is a very good technique, and I will definitely appreciate to learn through this vocabulary and make a very part of your daily routine. Using a word a day calendar or a website or develop your own list of words to learn is a great technique. Many people use to learn new words. This approach may be too rigid for some, so even if you do use this method, do not feel you must learn a new word every day. But if you will keep this method in the very part of your activity, daily activity, it will give you a very good job. Next one is go back to your roots. One of the most powerful tools for learning new words and for decoding the meaning of other new word is studying Latin and Greek roots. Latin and Greek are the ancient language and definitely have a very close connection with English language. Latin and Greek elements are an important part of English language and a great tool for learning new words. So you can learn out actually the etymology of these words or phrases. Etymology means the root words and the very background of these words. Engage in conversation is the sixth one. Simply talking with other people can help you discover new words, and this technique is very good. You will not only learn to use the new words, but also you will learn in different contexts, in different shades, in different meanings. As with reading, once you hear a new word, remember to jot it down so that you can study it later and then slowly add the new words to your vocabulary. Final approach. Finally, remember that you must practicing putting your new words into your writing and speaking, or risk not retaining them in your brain. If you will do this activity on daily basis, definitely you will not retain them into your brain. So both the activities, whether it's a writing activity or a speaking activity, you have to make it very constant. Use repetition exercises when you first learn a word, and consider other learning techniques such as index cards, recording yourself reciting these new learned words, association games, and mnemonics. So the next one is develop vocabulary cards. Vocabulary cards are useful aid in improving and develop vocabulary. During reading, sometimes we come across unfamiliar words or phrases. These should be noted down on a card. Any other information such as meaning, pronunciation in phonetic transcription, sentence making, the use of the word, phrase, and so on should be written down on the back of the card. So whenever you want to learn it, or you have to retain it in your brain, you can just flip the card and can read out or study out the related information written in the back of this card. Use of context clues. Context clues are hints that an author gives to help define difficult, unusual words. The clue may appear within the same sentence as the word to which it refers, so that you can easily judge the meaning of that particular word. So it may follow in a preceding sentence. There are 4 fundamental types of context clues that you can use in determining word meaning in textbook material. That's definition, in which definitely they can define the meaning. Example, illustration is also very good technique. Contrast and logic of the passage. So there may be a word part context clues in which a common prefix, suffix or root will suggest at least part of the meaning of word. A general sense context clues lets the reader puzzle out a word meaning from whatever information is available. It is the most common kind of context clues. Other described context clues are in 3 ways. These are semantics or meaning clues, these are syntactic or word order, or it's the picture clues. We will definitely try to discuss all 3 one by one. First of all, it is semantic or meaning clues. Semantic means the meaning of that verse. For example, when reading a story about cats, good readers develop the expectation that it will contain words associated with cats such as tail, purr, scratch, whiskers. So definitely we will find out the clues through this related technique. Next one is syntactic or word order. Clues where the order of the word in a sentence can indicate that a missing word must be. For example, a verb. We can predict a verb easily. So this technique is also very useful for making our methodology more effective. Next one is picture clue, and it is the most easiest one. The illustration helps with the identification of a word, but illustration can give you a positive insight towards learning, and if the illustration cannot be related, it can make this process quite difficult too. The next one and the last one is the use of mnemonics. It is actually a system such as pattern of letters, idea or associations which assist in remembering something. It is an instructional strategy designed to help students improve their memory of important information. This technique connects new learning to prior knowledge through the use of visual or acoustic cues. Mnemonics devices are techniques a person can use to help them improve their ability to remember something. Definitely it will be related to our memory, strong memory, and if we will make association of these things with our prior knowledge, we can easily can recall them, can remember them. It is a simple shortcut that helps us associate the information we want to remember with an image, a sentence or a word. And in a very early stages of learning, this technique is used even by our teachers, by our mother. We are learning very rapidly through this technique, and it's a very positive one. Mnemonics is another word for memory tool. Mnemonics are techniques for remembering information that is otherwise quite difficult to recall. So we can easily recall through this technique. The idea behind using mnemonic is to encode difficult to remember information in a way that is such easier to remember.